Welcome everyone, this is Ramon Ricardo, and I want to speak on the subject of textbooks. I'm really making sure I get everybody back into this whole school realm because it's needed to actually speak on this. Textbooks. What about textbooks? See, there are a lot of subjects, like I said, I was speaking on all these different courses, language arts, science, geographical location, which is, social studies and math, speaking about multiplying and all that. I was speaking about all these things because now let's get to the textbooks. These textbooks, like I was speaking about with the history and the way that things are, it's so crazy how we are taking a lot of what God has done and we're placing it more so on man and giving man name and giving man title. And it is said that we're going to have many gods in this world, many different people with their names just placed into this world. And we're looking at them as gods. We have these different geographical locations where there's different signs and different people's names and all these different signs. We're going to see something like this road here, or that road here. We're going to see a road named this or a road named that. We're going to have a different place in the world named this, and Washington D.C., Virginia. You're going to have, like I said, so many different names from different people. Georgia. Or, you're going to have Uganda, and like I said, I'm just going to take it much further out of the United States and let's see, Europe, and Italy, okay, Africa. Now, God has places named as well, Euphrates and, things that are inside the Bible, Egypt. Now, what I'm basically trying to get to is this. Let's go back into man placing themselves in the position of God. Now, one thing that I realize is, it seems when we go back to Eve, what was the one thing that was said that was a deception, that was like a half-truth? Half-truths, let's keep in mind, are lies. They're still lies, because to have a truth, it has to be the full truth. That means that there's no deception behind it. When it comes to what man has always wanted, to be like gods. And so in the book of Psalms, we said, I have said that ye are gods. Let's keep this in mind as well, that when we are looking to be like our Father in heaven, we were already made in His image. We were already made in God's image, yes. But we are placing ourselves in a position where we still want to be gods. I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying that this is just something that people in this world have put themselves in a position of worshiping idols and worshiping these people. And this textbook that we have, these textbooks that have been made for children to follow. It's good to know the history of things by man. It's good to know when the wars have happened. It's good to know when the science of this was happening. When somebody created peanuts and different versions of this, or when these different inventions took place. And it's good to have that. But the ultimate textbook we cannot neglect that the world doesn't give us. Because, it's, like I said, good to have a lot of the stuff that we do see. But when man says they discovered this or discovered that, we have to be very, very mindful of what type of books that we have our children looking at. The textbooks that our children have to be looking at, or need to be looking at, something that will help them experience the world in such a better way, but not get conformed by the world, but transformed by the renewing of their minds, the proper way, the Word. Never neglect the Word. Never neglect that God has the Word there for a reason. The ultimate textbook that we need is the textbook that's going to give us life. The ultimate textbook that we need is the textbook that knows how to help us through relationship issues. Lets us know how to handle financial situations. Because there wouldn't be us in debt. Nobody in this world would be in debt if they looked in the Word to know that we should owe no man anything but the love that we can give them. We wouldn't have a world of that. We wouldn't have a world of so many different relationship issues. We wouldn't have a world of all these different things if everybody went by the Word. But it's not that simple. Trust me, I already knew that. But if we already follow that, there would be strong marriages in this world. Multiplication in this world would be proper. Fasting would have been utilized in a way where we know how to orchestrate food. We would know that we live in an unlimited supplied world, not some scarcity that people put into their heads. We would know how to manage things properly. But people neglect the main textbook that they need to go by these other textbooks for people that want to put their names out instead of put God's name out. Put their names in the forefront. Put their names in the forefront instead of put God's name in the forefront. So let's keep in mind that the ultimate textbook that we do need, of course, is the Bible. That we can't be taking this out of out of what they've been doing. They're taking it out of school. They're taking it out of prayer out of school. They're taking Bibles out of the hospitals. Somebody could be laying and they're so sick and they're in their dying bed and they don't know exactly what word to turn to or what to even think about. And then all of a sudden the Bible's right beside them, and guess what? That word that they're using ends up saving them. Somebody could be in a hotel and they're in a hotel because they're trying to get away from life, they're trying to escape, and then they're contemplating whatever's going on in life. But the one textbook that they needed could have been in the hotel. They open up the drawer for the hotel, and guess what? Bible is there. They look into the Bible and it says, do not be discouraged, do not be dismayed, for the Lord is with you wherever you go. And you look into Joshua 1:9, guess what that did to you? You stopped thinking suicide while you're inside the hotel. And guess what? Because they don't have the Bible inside the hotel, somebody's thinking of suicide without the Bible there, and guess what they do? They commit it. So how important is that textbook compared to somebody else's textbook that's only there for the children? People on their deathbed in the hospital and they need a word of encouragement. Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Shadow of death means it's not there. It's just a shadow. They read that one little passage and it comforts them. And guess what? They have comfort. They're still there while they're in the hospital. But what if that Bible's taken out of the hospital? Children dealing with bullies. Did you know that there's something that says love thy neighbor as you love yourself? If somebody were to read that right now, there wouldn't be any bullying, because guess what? Children would say, would I want somebody doing that to me? Would I want somebody taking my lunch? I don't think so. So I need to do unto others as I would do unto my own self. But those textbooks are taken out, and some people that don't know the word, they just go by what may have offended them and say they don't want nothing to do with the Bible because one little thing offended them. But guess what? The Bible inside that hotel stopped somebody from suicide. That one Bible inside the hospital stopped somebody from thinking negative thoughts, which could cause them to have death at an early age. But they took their Bible, read their Bible, and got encouragement and said, you know what, Doc? I'm going to make it out this week. And then that child who was in that bullying position, or that person that was about to bully, and they thought about it and said, you know what? I don't want somebody doing that to me. I read this passage. I'm not going to do it. All of those things solved. All of those things solved all because of one textbook. Let's keep in mind the ultimate textbook that we need, like I said, is the Bible. Let me end with that. Again, my name is Ramon Ricardo. Know that God loves you and I love you. You all take care and God bless.